Hi, I'm Ryan, and welcome back to Breakdown. So, last week I was saying that we are currently in Lights Camera Action Season, or LCA as it's referred to shorthand. So for LCA, you are given a number of items and you have to include all of them in a film, and you have 10 days to make that film. The items are all given to you the night you're allowed to start filming, and you have 10 days from there to complete your film. So I did my first ever entry last week, and this week I was going to do my entry from last year, 2019. But my friend Markham from Markham 3D, you may know him as the lovely gentleman that helped out with the Borderlands Orphan Maker build. He did all of the 3D printing. If you want to check out his channel, click that little eye up in the top there. So Markham said to me, hey, why don't you critique my entry instead? So I have not seen this before. I am very excited. Just to be critiquing someone else's work instead of my own. It's something a little bit different. So yeah, let's jump into it. Okay, so Marco's film is called Displacement. Let's have a look at it. So I think that these opening shots hold a little bit too long. There's kind of this, it's not really a rule, this kind of idea around shot length, and that is the shot should only be on screen for as long as you can say it. So for this, tapping fingers, annoyed. Shot should cut there, I think. I'm not really sure what he's getting at with this shot. Like, I'm not sure if he's pondering something, thinking something, but... Ooh, sparks.
Elon Musk has claimed that he will be the first to reach Mars in 1 month with his SpaceX rocket.
Sorry. I'm not trying to be rude, but...
Elon Musk has...
That... Oh, that mouth animation, it's so good. So I just want to go back to the title quickly. I'm not trying to nitpick Marco, I swear. This is just honest opinions. Titles are a chance to make a statement about your film. Even if you are going to go with white text on a black background, which I have done plenty of times before, I have tried to choose a font that I think best represents the kind of tone I'm going with the film. I think with Time Bomb, I used Times New Roman. The detectors were kind of higher class and it was a bit futuristic, so I chose a really nice, sophisticated font to go with that. With Good News, I used a very standard font, something that you would see. I haven't actually released Good News to the public yet, so I can't say that. Okay, here's a screen cap from my upcoming short film, Good News, release date TBC. So Good News is about a bunch of corporate folk in a higher up kind of business. So I tried to choose a font that was a little bit more corporate. So even when you're using just a simple text, you can do something a little bit more interesting to it. Just tweak it, make it a little bit more unique to your film.
Your employment has been terminated effective immediately. Now get out.
The animation's pretty decent. I mean, when you have got 10 days to do something, keep in mind, Marco does all of this by himself. So the fact that he's got all of these models, been able to animate all of these models in 10 days, that's crazy. That's crazy good. Like, damn, son. Going back to this shot, I think that this character could have been put in a little bit more of an interesting background. Unless, of course, the metaphor is that he is a bland character. But even in that case, I would have put him maybe in front of a window and used some kind of image as the background, whether it be like a cartoon image or a real-life image, something like that. And then I would have just kept his clothes different shades of grey if, like, the metaphor was going bland. I think it's just a good way to get a visually interesting shot whilst still using the metaphor, if that's what you were going for. I don't know if Marco was the one that made these models. So I honestly have no idea what's going on in this film. I have no idea exactly what Marco has done. So Marco, if you've sculpted these models, fantastic. Jesus Christ, that's well done. Modeling and rigging, very difficult. Not difficult, time consuming. If you want it to look good and you want to do it right, it is time consuming. When I was at university, it was perceived as being very difficult. That's not really the case. It's just the fact that you're trying to rush it. Everyone in my class was new to it. We were all trying to rush it. And because of that, we were finding it difficult because it wasn't really doing what we wanted. But it is just a matter of patience. If you want it to be good, it is just time consuming.
With a successful launch, Elon is well on his way to Mars.
It's just funny.
Land where a previous
just turn that
unmanned
off?
rocket.
It's not bad, it's just... Mouth animations are so funny. Oh my god, that guy's hair, I just noticed it. It's got so many layers. I really like that. But back into the shot. Maybe have something a little bit more important to this character on the computer screen. It's not that much more of an effort just to place a separate texture on the screen, even if it's just like a Windows background, or just, you know, try and be more relevant to what that character's going through, or just something a little bit interesting, like find footage of like the bouncing text screensaver somewhere on YouTube and just have something bouncing around on the screen, just so there's something going on in the shot. Oh, that's an item. That model's nice, actually.
This is amazing.
I think that weird clipping isn't a modeling issue. I think the specular on her eyeballs is so bright that it's creating a hotspot flare. And it's clipping. It looks like the mesh is clipping.
You were amazing.
Let's go to dinner. And then I'm going to go to Mars and do a dance.
I really like the light in the helmet. This is just a little small rendering thing for me, but I really like that the light in the helmet is actually making shadows.
And then I'm going to go to Mars.
But I really like that because the light is in front of his head is then casting shadows on the inside of the helmet. That's just like a nice little detail that I'm all for.
Do a dance. And I will show Elon that I am the greatest. Oh, hey,
I actually don't mind that. That's
I've got
cool.
a problem.
Animation time, 36 hours. You only spent 36 hours animating? Oh, rendering took 111 hours. Okay, that makes a little bit more sense. That was really good. I really enjoyed that. Animation is just one of those things. You need to take the time to polish it. The fact that Markham has animated this by himself and gotten it finished within 10 days, and that not only includes waiting for it to render, animating everything, he's had to go in and edit it, make sure everything looks good, probably a little bit of color correction, and then sound effects, voiceovers, all of that kind of stuff. So yeah, well done. Hot damn. Yeah, I think he was just being a little bit overly harsh on it because I think every filmmaker kind of hates their own stuff, but I didn't mind that. Nicely done. That being said, I'm a filmmaker and I hate my own stuff, so tune in next week to see me shred my entry from LCA last year. If you liked this video, let me know by clicking that like button. If you dislike this video, be sure to leave a comment letting me know how I can improve. And if you want to support the channel, please go ahead, click that subscribe button. I really want to grow the channel this year, so liking, subscribing, leaving some feedback, sharing the videos around is really going to help with that. I really appreciate your time, and I will see you next week.